Extra, extra, read all about it.
It's time for the press room with Stanley Bentu on the Morning Mojo.
And the time is 7:43, and I've been spending it in the press room with Cleopatra Towle. We also have Sonia Atummah, who's a columnist, oil and gas of the Vanguard newspaper, and Philip Gyang, who's a bureau chief of the New Telegraph. We've been looking at the big stories making the headlines, and we'll move on to the leadership. Northern governors donate 360 million naira to Borno.
Governors of 18 northern states in the country yesterday donated the sum of 360 million naira to support Borno State in addressing problems associated with humanitarian needs and rebuilding of communities and livelihoods destroyed by Boko Haram insurgents. Governor Masari of Katsina State, who spoke on behalf of his visiting colleagues, say they were nominated by other governors in the rest of the northern states to travel to Maiduguri on behalf of their forum to show solidarity and commensurate with Governor Shettima and the people of Borno State over insurgency of Boko Haram attacks. Now, Governors Aminu Bello Masari of Katsina State, Nasro El-Rufai of Kaduna, Minu Waziri Tabawa of Sokoto, as well as Bindo Umaru Jabrila of Adamawa also conveyed donations in checks issued by governors of northern states, with each donating 20 million naira. While there are 19 states in the north, Borno was excluded because it is the beneficiary of that aid.
Well, the humanitarian situation in the northeast, it goes without saying, it's been a very big problem for a very long time now. But recently, it's been taking a backseat in the media. Has the media been underreporting the humanitarian crisis of late?
I should think so. The case of malnutrition in the IDPs is the case of and the cases of embezzlement. That is we need to do a lot more. Sadly, let me digress a little on the aspect of donations, especially this issue of regional blocks. I think it's a problem. When you hear north, you hear southeast, southwest, south. I think we should de-emphasize that.
Okay.
Because it's dividing the country. North is donating.
And this is a country already divided.
Yes.
Politically,
Yes.
ethnically.
Yes. I am not saying it is wrong. For those, it's a good gesture that they are doing that.
So if you have a governor's forum, what do you need a northern governor's forum?
Exactly. If we have governor's forum, they can go under that cover of governor's forum and do that. The moment you talk about north, tomorrow another group southeast we are going. The other southwest, south. It's a big problem. Let us try and see how we build the nation state.
This is a good digression.
Yes.
And, because we probably have to question that, because we've seen people retreating to their enclaves. We were talking about that just yesterday with Chris Ngwodo.
That's true.
So is this thing subliminally being motivated and inspired by leadership?
Well, this is a carryover from the regional system we had in the First Republic. And it's very difficult for us to just do away with it. It has to take some time. And like you are saying, Nigeria, we are so divided today. So it will take a long time for us to actually get people, because you talk about, a governors forum. There's a PDP governors forum. There's APC governors forum. So we are dividing at every point in time. Every section, there are divisions. And then for we to get these things together, it will take a long time. So like the issue of Borno State, I don't think there's any problem with that. The crisis there has actually caused a lot of devastation. If you go to Borno State or in the northeast, not just Borno State, you'll be shocked. You'll be shocked. The media has done a lot, but like my colleague just clearly said, we need to do more. We need to do more, because the people
and this is the press room
really suffering.
This is the press room. So as we say, in the press room, even the media itself is under, or can be put under, the spotlight. And the media, has it done enough follow-up on some of the problems with IDPs in the Northeast? Recently, we had the allegations of rape, sexual abuse, demands and extortion. And ever since then, we've not heard much. As a matter of fact, the last we heard of it was that the military personnel that were involved in this were being shielded. That was the allegation at that point. But to what extent has the media actually followed up to make sure that these cases are concluded?
Well, that is the problem in the media. One, they are not well funded. Proprietors of newspapers, magazines, radio, television stations, majority of them don't qualify to be proprietors.
Why do you say that?
Because they don't have funds to pay salaries. Most media houses don't pay. They are not paying their staff. So this kind of follow-up is always a problem. You can imagine myself as a reporter who has not been paid for the last 2, 3, 4 months, sometimes 5, 6 months. How do I go to Borno to make the kind of investigation we're talking about? So it's an issue that the National Assembly should look into with legislation. In some other parts of the world, what they do, you must have reasonable fund, for you to carry on the business of the media. It's an expensive venture.
Some of the things that the NUJ has been battling with for quite some time now. But we have to open up the lines.
When you talk, we listen to you.
This is WeFM 106.3. You're listening to the Morning Mojo with Stanley Bentu. I've been in the press room with Philip Gyang, who's a reporter with the New Telegraph, Sunny Atummah, columnist oil and gas of the Vanguard newspaper, and of course, Cleopatra Tao. We've been looking at the big stories making the headlines today. And if you want to join us, please call 0909 499 9993 or 0905 353 5305. Our Facebook address is facebook.com/WeFMNG. You can leave your comments there or send tweets to @WeFMNG. That's our Twitter handle. Mine is @Stanley Bentu. So we start with God's Will. God's Will is calling from Atummah. Hi, God's Will.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yeah, I want to talk about the EHTC with designer and magic way. For me, I think that the EHTC are not proactive enough. Because how long this case, before this case going to take another 30 years? So there should be a proactive enough, there should be a practice, they should work fast. Because you see the way today they produce another beauty, today they produce another, so push me, they are not a proactive enough. So I want to challenge the EHTC to do something fast, because before you know, this admission will go to finish. Goodbye.
So, all right, God's will. Very precise. Isa is calling from Central Area. Hello, Isa.
Good morning to you, Stanley, and good morning to your guests and Cleopatra in the studio.
Good morning, sir.
I ask Stanley, where is our sense of morality and our sense of sincerity in this country, for goodness sake? When these people amass and loot our funds, they don't fall sick. But once they are accused is when they are treating cancer, they are treating headache, they are treating fever and malaria. Whatever it is, please, let's bring people who stole our funds to justice. If not, we are talking about prosecution being taking long till eternity. How can our prosecution in this country not take long? When you look at the processes of an investigation, you are investigating someone, you are accusing someone of stealing.
Oh dear, we're losing quality on that call, but I suppose Isa's point is made. Let's go to Charles, who's calling from Lubre. Hi, Charles.
Good morning, Stanley.
Good morning.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
It's been a while. Great to hear from you.
Yes. You know, last time we had an agreement to meet so that we sort out some corruption issues out there. We couldn't see your part.
Okay, Charles, please go ahead.
Yeah. Yes. So you see, what is happening in Nigeria is very unfortunate because we don't know the gravity of corruption. What is doing to this country? We need a special court for corrupt people in this country. I told you there is a matter in Enugu. One prosecutor was arrested for demanding for bribe before he can prosecute matter. And today, that court that is prosecuting that prosecutor, every day when we come to court, he will not sit. The judge will come to the court and it will not sit. It seems that the judge has compromised. So if we have a special court in this country, the corruption cases in the court will be disposed of.
Okay, Charles. All right, thank you very much for that point of view. Now let's hear from Bala, who's calling from Area 11. Hello, Bala. Bala, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Great. Great to hear from you. Please go ahead.
Yeah, well done. I'm only want to talk about the securing conviction against culprits evidently found to have committed corruption offenses, because this case seems to be facing a setback from Nigerian courts. Looking at the various cases lost by EFCC and the kind of questionable judgment, given by judges who presided over these cases, are worrisome. To me, in my opinion, I think we need to overhaul the judges and fish out the bad eggs in the judiciary. And when you were talking of having a special court, I think it's a good idea. We need that, and we need judges that have the charisma, the courage, and the ability to, make a judgment in cases relating to corruption.
Okay, thank you very much, Bala. Now let's hear from Peter, who's in Pape. Good morning, Peter.
Stanley.
Hello, Peter.
Hello, Stanley. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to the guests in the studio. This morning, I'm not really happy with one of your guests in the studio there, Mr. Funny, or what? Funny. When we talk about corruption in this country, corruption is a special case, and a special case requires special treatment. So we should not be arguing with the fact that we need special courts for corruption cases. You see? And it is this corruption that has kept us where we are now. Go to countries where things are working. They have dealt with this corruption with every feat they have to do with it. Look at countries like Korea and the West. What are we saying? In fact, if I were to be in this position, I will even suggest a capital punishment for all this corrupt.
Okay, well, I have a quick question, Peter. You are aware that in Lagos State, no governor since 1999 has signed a death warrant. So even, unfortunately, we lost Peter there. It's easy to clamor for the death penalty, but the truth is that we usually are not in the habit of putting even the most heinous of criminals to death. And that is in cases where we've even secured convictions. Much less cases where we've been having difficulty actually even getting the cases to go far.
Yeah, but in this case, like Peter said, it's a special case. And by the time you have such a law in place, there will be pressure on the governors to sign the death warrant. There will be pressure.
Let me tell you.
If you were a governor, if you were a governor, and you know that you could be tried for corruption, would you actually sign a death warrant?
Well, if there's a law in place,
they have
no option but to sign it.
There is a law in place for the governors to sign even for armed robbery and all of that, and they've not been doing it.
Even though personally I would not subscribe to death sentence, right? I would not subscribe to death sentence. But then, if there's a law, if there's such a law,
let me just put the final word here. Because there is an argument that it is not the severity of punishment that deters; it's the certainty.
Yeah.
So you can put even death penalty and all of that. You can condemn someone to hell, but if that punishment is not certain, and the stakes are high, and the temptation is great, people will still engage in acts of corruption.
Right.
That's the challenge there. But we will have to leave that argument there because we have to move ahead. I just want to say a quick thank you to my guest today, to Sunny. So grateful that you could come, and to Philip, glad to have you and look forward to seeing you again.
It's a pleasure.
And Cleo, we'll be hearing more from you in a short while.
No problem, sir.
Right.